Hey folks, and welcome back. Today we will go over the German economic depression after World War One. Germany, after World War One, went into one of the biggest economic depressions the world has ever seen. It is often overshadowed by the Great Depression of 1929 and 1930. However, on a personal note, I think this one had worse repercussions, as this would pave the way to anti-Semitic sentiment from the German society towards the Jews, blaming them for the economic crash, as well as the famous stab in the back saying, which stated that the German army did not lose in the battlefield in World War One, but instead lose from enemies inside. This all paved the way for World War Two. Germany was economically devastated after World War One. Due to the Versailles Treaty, Germany was forced to war reparations to the Allies in the form of money, materials, and goods, as well as giving up 13% of its land. At first, Germany tried to recover from the war by decreasing the amount of unemployment, mostly because of all the soldiers coming back from the front lines, as well as a reduction in armament construction. One of the solutions that had long-term repercussions was to reduce unemployment by the way of social spending, in which a country would invest heavily in transportation projects, modernization of power plants, and gas work in order to create government-funded jobs. However, this weren't enough jobs, and this set the background for the German economic depression of the 1920s and early 30s. The whole depression has to be separated into different parts. The first one, as I speak before, was the elevated amounts of investment from the government into creating jobs, combined with the plummet in revenues and the war reparations deep down Germany into a bigger deficit. All the government spending came to a collapse in 1930, started with municipal funding, whom were not able to restore order to the local budgets. Not only this, but revenue from income tax began to fall as well. The second part is war reparations. Even with Germany's economic shortcomings, it could have still been possible to make reparation payments if foreign countries had not placed protective tariffs on Germany goods. With the income Germany could have gained by selling goods in foreign countries for relative low prices, reparation payments could have been feasible. However, the protective tariffs made this idea impossible and further depressed the German economy. Faced with war reparations they could not afford, Germany began printing exaggerated amounts of money. This threw Germany into a state of superinflation. The inflation reached points where what you could buy in 1 week for, let's say, 1,000 marks, 2 months later it could cost millions. In other sense, the point it reached was where millions of marks were worthless. With the approach of the New York market crash in 1929, foreign lenders withdrew capital and markets closed against German imports. The Nazis came into power in the midst of the Great Depression. The unemployment rate at that point was close to 30%. And at first, the new Nazi government continued the economic policies introduced by the government of Kurt von Schleicher in 1932 to combat the effects of the Depression. Okay folks, hope you liked this video. Remember, like and subscribe for more videos like this one.